So hopefully Mr. Rose will pop on. He said he would come. He was free after 5. So
that's great. Yeah, I hope he comes. I messaged I'm assuming Danielle is going to be here. Maybe we should wait. I was going to say I messaged the person. So I don't know if you know about this, but 2 times in a row I misspelled the Baird's name in our agenda, which I feel terrible about.
But I bet it's an autocorrect though, Benny.
I think so. Because like I type the agenda in a Google Doc first, and then I copy it into my Gmail to send it to the town. And in my Google Doc, it's spelled correctly. And in my email, it's spelled incorrectly. And I just think it's getting autocorrected. Anyway, I should be like paying better attention and double checking. But there's somebody who's been messaging us on Facebook to like let us know that this is happening, which I appreciate. And I messaged her to say, like, do you have like a way to contact the family? Like, do you actually know them? Or maybe, I don't know, she might just be, you know, interested. Paying attention to the what do you call it, agendas, to see if she has another way to get a hold of Deb Baird. Actually, let me look at the Facebook page to see if she responded. You know, and it might be that she doesn't want to be involved, and that's like totally fine.
Yeah.
But I would hate to learn after the fact that actually she would have wanted to be involved, and we just like didn't have a great
right. Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah, I haven't heard back from the person that I messaged about this, so we'll see. Maybe she gets back to me. I don't know. Yeah, I suppose we will see what happens.
And I think Rafa just said he's going to try to get on as soon as possible. He just sent an email.
Okay. So, okay, well, let's see. Thank you for reaching out to Deb and to Richard.
No, Leonard.
Sorry,
yes.
all the names mixed up. Leonard, thank you. I'm wondering, so the other stuff that we have to figure out today is choosing a time, like I don't know, like a date or something for the book readings, when we're going to post them.
So we can start, so Danielle and I can get together whenever and record ours, right? And then do you just want us to send them to you, and then you're going to post them on the Facebook page?
Yeah, I think so. And then if you put together the stuff too, because you were going to do.
Yeah, I think she sent a bunch, and I just, yeah, she probably.
Yeah, exactly. So if you send it to me, I will post it on like at whatever time we decide we want to have it be posted.
Too bad we can't get a youth, someone like a school age person. I mean, I always use my kids, but I don't. It would be nice to.
Yeah, that's what we did last year. Is we had Yana and Faith do it because they're the 2 youth members of the HRC.
Oh, who are ours? Have they? Yana is still.
So Yana is still with us as a liaison to the youth council, and our actual like appointed youth member is Emma, who has not been able to make it to a couple of our meetings because of her work schedule, which like really is unfortunate. But she just emailed me this week being like, I'm sorry, I haven't been able to make it. You know, this is what's been going on. Tell me if there's a project that I could get involved with. So
maybe I mean, she hasn't been to any meetings, but maybe read it would be good.
Yeah. If she is interested, I can certainly reach out to her about that. I'm looking at, so I got from the library the books. I don't know if that's helpful to you, because I figured I wanted to do it before like they all got checked out or whatever. So I
Mhm.
have a copy of We Are Water Protectors and When We Were Alone, and I ordered Hiawatha and the Peacemaker. I don't know if that's even helpful. Rafa lives in a totally different town, so I don't know if he's going to want that, but
Mhm.
depending on who actually ends up doing the readings, like actually,
Mhm.
anyway.
I was thinking also, and I don't know if we can, like, I would like to get the book and then I can donate it to one of the schools if they don't have it. So, but my
Yeah,
job also has the book, so, um,
I wish I had, because that's what we did last year is we bought all these books and then we donated them to the schools, but I don't remember. So we donated 2 books to each of the elementary schools,
mhm.
but I don't remember which schools I donated which books to.
Oh,
I wonder if I wrote it down. I feel like probably I did not, but let me see.
that was right before I started, so I don't know.
Oh, I did write it down. Thank you, past me. Always looking out.
Yes.
So which one you're doing When We Were Alone?
No,
No,
we
I'm
are
doing When
water
We Were Alone.
protectors.
You're doing
Yeah.
Water Defenders. Oh, we didn't do Water Defenders last year. So like if you wanted to buy it and donate it to a school, totally.
Okay. Which schools did you donate to all of the schools last year?
I donated it to all the elementary schools because we did elementary age books.
Yes, okay.
And we had 8 books and we donated 2 to each of the elementary schools.
Okay. Or maybe I should buy the middle school one, so then they have that book in the middle school, the book that you're gonna read in the middle school, and I just use my copy of We Are the Water Protectors, the reading. Maybe I'll Hiawatha and the Peacemaker, that's a young adult, right?
It's a kid's book. It's like
Okay,
longish. It's probably like a slightly older kid's book, but
like a 5th grade book,
yeah,
maybe?
maybe.
Okay.
I'm like terrible at that kind of thing. I don't know anything about child development, so I'm always like, I don't know.
Do you have it right
10-year-old,
with you? Can you
maybe.
hold it up?
Hmm?
Give it right next to you? Can you hold it up?
No, that one is still waiting to come in from another. I had to
Oh,
order it from another library.
okay.
Um, yeah. But we also got those. I mean, it would be unrelated to what you end up reading, but we got the recommendation from Casey of a couple of middle school books.
Oh, yeah, just okay. So maybe I'll do that. Okay.
Let's see. So the Hispanic Heritage Month subcommittee has solidified their date. They're doing the 14th
Mhm.
of October. So I figure if we wanted to, we could post our readings over the weekend, over the long weekend, like
I think
Saturday, Sunday, Monday, something like that. Because that's what we did last year. It seems like
that's a good, yeah, it's very good. Good.
what else?
And do we know anything about doing, like, do we wanna ask, the town council or, uh, Chair, Julie Smith Galvin to do a land acknowledgement for this year, or it would have to be next year? It's too, it's Is it too involved? Because I was on late, so I don't know what happened at the meeting that you guys had, that you went to on that Sunday with the other group.
Yeah, they didn't talk about land acknowledgements very much in that meeting, did they?
Mm,
I think
okay.
I think it did come up, but there wasn't like much detail involved. I still feel sort of like unclear on what the process is of doing that. You know, like
Okay.
anybody can say a land acknowledgement. Actually, that was something I wanted to bring up to you, but then also maybe to the rest of the commission is, should the HRC be doing them like just at our events and things like that?
Mm,
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, it's Daniela. Sorry, I'm dialing in, and it's my first time on the phone, so I'm not really quite sure how to mute myself after I unmuted myself.
Well,
Oh.
you could just stay unmuted. I'm sure it's fine.
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks for dialing in. I'm sorry that the meeting is at an awkward time now.
Yeah.
No, not at all. I was at an event that ran a lot longer. I thought it was 5:13, not 6:13.
Oh, bummer. Yes. We were just talking about, let's see, what were we talking about? We were talking about posting our readings over the 3 days of the long weekend, because the Hispanic Heritage Month Subcommittee solidified their date. They're doing the celebration at the BB on the 14th. So we could do the like 9th, 10th, 11th.
Yeah.
If that seems workable.
I think so.
What else?
We were talking about the yeah, I don't know. We we were just briefly talking about land acknowledgement, which it sounds like
yeah.
it's probably better for the next year, I think.
Yeah, and I was thinking, so like anybody can do sort of like a pretty quick and dirty land acknowledgement, or there's like some really valuable guidelines. Oh my gosh, I looked up this thing that was like a really thorough kind of best practices about doing land acknowledgements, which that would be, I think, more involved, right? Like what we had talked about before. And like all kinds of like events, groups, like I've been to meetings where everybody does a land acknowledgement, like at the, we're in a meeting and it's like, hey, where are you calling in from? And people do a land acknowledgement. Anyway, so I'm wondering too about like, would it be a cool practice for the HRC to do land acknowledgements at our events, even if it's a more involved process, to do a really formalized land acknowledgement that the town kind of adopts, like to normalize that practice and to put it out there.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Very unique.
Yeah.
And I imagine there still would be best practices, for us to kind of work on. And I guess it would make sense for it to be a thing that we talk to the whole commission about, but then also the actual language of it probably would be like written and approved by the commission.
Yes.
But that was a thought that crossed my mind.
Like it.
We also talked about, so Nicole reached out to Deb Baird through Facebook, but didn't get any response. And our Facebook page, the HRC's Facebook page, had been contacted by someone in the community because I submitted the agenda 2 times with the Baird name spelled incorrectly, which I feel like really terrible about. And I like partially blame autocorrect and partially blame myself for just like not noticing. Anyway, but somebody had messaged us through Facebook being like, hey, you spelled this name wrong, please fix it. And so I like messaged her just to be like, do you know a way to get in contact with the Bairds? Because like we really would like to, and we haven't been having any success. So kind of grasping at straws, but trying to get a hold of them. But Nicole did get a hold of
Leonard Rose, the nephew. So hopefully he will join. I just have my phone open just in case he is having trouble.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So it'd be great if we could get a hold of him if he has any, anything to contribute that he would want to be involved or anything like that.
Absolutely.
But we'll see if he comes. So what else?
And so I guess, Daniela, is there a time maybe next week in the evening and we can do a side-by-side Zoom reading to send to Benny? Do you have to do with the book that we're going to do? So you would have to get a copy and I have a copy.
Yeah, so this is where I would have to duck out a bit just because, so next week's my wedding.
Oh.
So I'm like offline from work. I have family coming in, and because I didn't outsource literally anything, I don't know why, I'm now regretting it, but I have to like put all the centerpieces together. I'm picking flowers of the garden. So it's like, I'm not going to be able to sign myself up for anything other than the wedding stuff because I already know that I signed myself up for too much there.
Okay.
But I did try to get my friend who's a Native American to, if she wouldn't be able to record herself reading the book, if she could recommend us. And unfortunately, she's just not available to respond. So I did find a couple of readings on YouTube that were by. That's what I need to check, is that I need to confirm that they are in fact, Indigenous people, so that way we can decentralize. Like, I especially don't want to put my face out there reading the books. I kind of want to decentralize whiteness in this sense and highlight anyone else who may be more proper to read it.
And then we would just like share their video with
since it's on YouTube.
But we have to make sure that we can share their stuff on, like, we have to, right? Because I think we can share the link, but I don't know if we can share their reading. You know what I mean? I don't know if we can do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So in my vision, what I thought was like, we're the water protectors. We could talk a little bit about the Dakota pipeline and, just like a tiny little blurb, and then share the YouTube link of the reading, or share, there was a protest song that someone had written that I think would go well with like a little blurb about the Dakota pipeline, and then we'd be like, hey, this is a recommended reading, a different post. This is a reading we recommend. Here is so and so we give them credit. Just like a little blurb of who they are and the book they're reading, who it's by, that it's illustrated by an Indigenous woman, and then we could do a follow-up post that really goes into detail of, do you want to dig into this conversation more? And there's more research that I had done that we could build a post upon around that. If we wanted to go the route of not reading the books ourselves, or if we couldn't find someone else to read the book.
So my only thing, I think all that sounds really good. And I guess I'm going into it also like, okay, so this is a child's book, and it would be nice to see someone in the community reading the book, and then having the links and the parents can go further. And then the next set of books are much for the older kids, and we can do a little bit more discussion if whoever's reading it, and so on and so forth. But I think in my mind, I was thinking like each of the different sections we could make accessible and relatable for that age group. So I don't mind reading the book. I think it's fine. It's fine, but it's, whatever the committee decides, I'm okay with as well.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. So are you okay, or do you feel comfortable if you read the book on your own, just because I don't want to delay the schedule on my account of,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
I'm totally fine. I can use those links. I can put those links, or you sent them to Benny too, so I think guess Benny would have to copy and paste, or I can make like I did for Black History Month, I could do the same thing, write the post, and Benny, you just copy and paste it. You want me to do that? I mean, but yeah, whatever. Yeah, I think those links that you made were really, you're muted, Benny, were really good, Daniela.
Yeah, if you write up the post so that it's like ready to go,
Uh-huh.
that'll be the easiest thing for me.
Yes.
Daniela, when's your actual wedding?
Next Friday.
Oh, wow.
That's great.
Yeah. So got still like the dress isn't ready yet. So it's just like a lot of things are coming into play starting this Saturday.
Oh.
I feel you. I also did everything myself for my wedding. We had a caterer, but other than that, and I had like a party at my house where I invited everybody, and it's like, you make a centerpiece. I don't know. It should look kind of like this. And then like someone else, I was like, I had people picking the flowers, and my sister showed up with like a rolly suitcase full of flowers, and I was like, this is a fascinating strategy.
I am here for that actually though, because I'm not quite sure how I'm going to transfer all these flowers and bouquets, and a rolly suitcase might be something I should try and rig to be what I need.
Do it. Take a page out of my sister's book. Anyway, I feel you. It's a lot.
Thank you.
Good luck to you,
Well,
and wish you all the best. I'm sure it'll be beautiful. You have to low-key send
thank
us pictures, some pictures after.
Yes, yeah. I'll message the group and just say, this is why I had to duck out for a couple weeks this month, or even last month. We had a couple of things in the agenda item, and I was like, they slipped away from me because I just
Thinking about-
juggling so much right now.
Yeah.
But that sounds great. If you, Nicole, can record the thing and send me the post, and I will post it. What order do you think we should do them in?
I think starting from kid to you know, small child all the way up. Because I think the older one will have a much more impact on the community as a whole, I think.
So the
Like,
three that we have lined up right now are We Were Water Protectors, When We Were Alone, and Hiawatha and the Peacemaker, which are all children's books. Like, we didn't really like make any plan to do one of the middle school ones in terms of like picking an excerpt and like trying to figure that out. Do you think that's okay for them to all be kids' books?
So let's see. Do I have time this week to pick? I should try while I'm sitting at the marching band competition, see if I can read through and find some good excerpts and
Yeah, that
maybe
was
look
what it
online.
felt daunting to me because, yeah, how do you pick an excerpt from an entire book? Like, how do you?
Well, I did I did do that for the Black History Month. Like I kind of like um went through each chapter and like kind of read what they were about, and then I looked online to see what I looked at what they were saying were like a really good whatever text and stuff, and that's how I did it. I just don't know if I want to make the time to I would like to make the time to do it at least for one of the older books if possible. Yeah. So um so the one, what's Daniela, what's the name of the one oh, we said we're doing We Are the Water Protectors, Hiawatha and aren't we doing a thing of short stories? Isn't one of the books have a bunch of short
One of the
stories?
books is a collection of essays. Hold on, let me
Oh.
pull it up.
So let's, what about that
Because
one?
that could, I mean, an essay still, I think an essay could work, and that
Yeah.
wouldn't require any excerpting. Let me find
Mhm.
this email. Middle school. Okay, the middle school ones are all like books. And then there was some adult suggestions, which were why am I having trouble finding this?
What's the name of the book again? The name of the,
When we were alone,
okay.
or the other one?
Yeah, When We Were Alone is one of the children's books. And then
Okay.
for the middle school books, the ones she recommended were #Not Your Princess. That was one of them. Indian No More. I Can Make This Promise. And those are all middle school books. And then for the adult content, she recommended a memoir, a book of poetry, another book of poetry. I swear I thought there was one that was a collection of essays.
I thought so too.
Why am I not seeing this? Oh, it is. #Not Your Princess is a series of essays.
Okay.
Okay, and that one is a middle school. She recommended it for middle school age, like target audience,
Mm-hmm.
but it's collection. So maybe that's the best one to check out.
Okay.
Edited by Lisa Charlie Boy. So I could also potentially check it out. Like I commute into Cambridge, and so I'm like sitting on the T for 2 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
And that tends to be my good, like, try to get some tasks done time. So I can try to check that out, and it would be next week. So then the only problem is we're getting closer to like if we wanted to touch base again about like, oh, I found this, like, what do you think? Should we do this essay? You know what I mean? If we had to have any additional conversation.
And about a time, yeah.
But I mean, there might still be time, because if we met again one more time next week, and then we'd have time to still post it the following weekend.
What is the name of one of the books of poetry that she sent? Let me just check.
Yeah,
I'm
so
at the
the
library.
books that she recommended was American Sunrise or Living Nations, Living Words.
That's done.
Yeah. So, and then we'd also have to, like, would we want to sub out one of the kids' books that we're doing? Like, instead of doing When We Were Alone, we could do a middle school one or a poetry one.
I think so. I think we should. Oh, what did you see this one? The same author for. Never mind. Go ahead. Adding more stuff here. Poet Warrior is
Oh yeah, that's
another one by.
Yeah. Hey, Rafa.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Sorry for the delay here.
It's all right. We had to put the meeting at a weird time.
Mm-hmm.
We were just talking about,
Yeah.
let's see, what can we catch you up on? We still haven't gotten a hold of the Bairds, except for, so there's another member of this family, this Native family, and who doesn't live in Wakefield, but who's like the nephew. Anyway, he's connected to the family. He said he was going to come tonight, but he hasn't joined us. So,
So I got the sheet together with the links and the petitions on there. I've 5 links, and I can send that to you guys through email if you want that.
Yeah.
At least that's what I've got. Other than collecting the information on the books and the Peacemaker story, I'm still working on that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were talking about who will actually do the readings, like who will be recorded reading the books. And Nicole was gonna do the We Are Water Protectors. And then we were just talking about subbing out one. So instead of doing When We Were Alone, subbing out one of the middle school aged, like something that's more for middle school age group, instead of having 3 books for kids, like younger kids. So we're talking about maybe choosing one of the essays from this collection of essays, #Not Your Princess.
Yeah. Okay.
But same question then, like who's going to actually read the thing?
Yeah.
We talked about like, you know, wanting to decenter whiteness if we were able to have them be read by some Indigenous folks, or link to a
Reading.
a reading that's out there already.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing that, I don't know. I was going to say, I'm guessing that for Hiawatha and the Peacemaker, it could be possible to find a reading that's out there and like on YouTube or whatever and link to it. But I haven't looked. I don't know.
Yeah. There is a story. There is a YouTube video about that story. Let's see. That was like my original source to like understanding this story. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, so Oren Lyons, if you guys have heard of him, he is kind of like the president of the Haudenosaunee people. And he's got all sorts of videos online about this story and about their culture and their history. So there's a 10-minute video of him talking about it that I found. So that's one thing. Well, there's something else I found too. Let's see. I think if you guys have heard of the actor Graham Greene at all,
Doesn't ring a bell.
or no, not.
Oh, you know what other thing we should do also, Benny? The other lady who has a CD who's from Wakefield, they were just posting her on Facebook, and she's got a documentary coming out. We should definitely like amp that up. Oh God, what is her? I just saw it today. Hold on a second. Her name is, here it is, Buffy Sainte Marie.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, she's
She's
an
got-
award-winning. Yeah,
she's got a documentary coming out.
She's from Wakefield? Is that what you just
She
said?
is, yeah.
What?
I
Yeah,
didn't know that. Holy shit.
yeah.
For real?
They don't talk much about her, but yeah,
How is that
She's-
possible? She's like so famous.
right, but she did not enjoy her. She said some things about Wakefield, like, I don't think she enjoyed it. She lived in Wakefield.
Mhm.
Yeah, so,
Oh my
and
God,
then,
this is like really realigning my worldview right now. This
Yeah.
is so strange.
and Mr. Rose said she was close to her to his grandfather. I guess he's the grandson to his grandfather. Right, so I will, let me send it, I'll send you the link, and then you can ask.
Yeah, that would be great. I mean, I would love to like share that in one of our posts. So she has a documentary coming out, is that what you said?
Yes, they're trying to see if they can get to show it at the library, but that's what the push is right now. They can show it at the library.
That would be so awesome. Do you know, like, how would we sort of stay informed? Should we be keeping track of what's going on at the library, or when, like, how would we know what to post or where to post it?
Well, it looks like somebody, a few people in town are staying up on it, so I can, when I see it, I can pass it off. I'm not really sure. That's a very good question. It's going to be released. Oh, it'll be released next fall, but they're trying to. Oh yeah, hopefully. But maybe some of her music we can post, since she's from Boston. She lived here. I believe she went to high school here.
Oh,
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
Danielle, I can't, since I just sent this to Benny on our Facebook, so she can send it to so you can send it out to everyone's email.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks.
So let's see, Rafa, what you were talking about with the Peacemaker story, it sounds like, so we could maybe post one of those videos of him talking about the story and the history,
Yeah,
like alongside, or in a sort of sister post with the one where we're actually doing the reading, something like that.
yeah, that's not a bad idea. This video is only like 10 minutes. Yeah, we could do that. Yeah. He's got a lot of stuff, actually. So you guys probably all heard about, maybe you didn't, but that famous award-winning filmmaker and documentary professor at Duke University, Myron Dewey, he passed away in a car accident Monday. Did you guys hear about that?
Oh.
I'd hear about that.
Oh yeah, that was terrible. Yeah, it was a huge, it's a huge loss to the Native American community. Nothing that I know anything about, but I just know that, yeah, that was tremendous. Yeah, he was incredible. He was instrumental at the Standing Rock and with his drones, and he caught really great footage. And the guy was like totally like on top of this stuff. It was great. But, yeah, you know, Duke University professor of documentary studies. The guy was like, it was a loss.
Yeah.
Well, this happened this week.
Yeah, Sunday in Nevada. That's where he's from. He's Paiute and Shoshone, and he died in a head-on collision. he was in the middle of working, like he was delivering some information to people, and he died in this car accident. It's terrible. Yeah.
Well, that's like very painful to hear.
Yeah, it is. It's shocking, happens so quickly. It's just like how much we take for granted. It's like, geez. I mean, someone, will come along who's really great, but it was a huge loss to the community. It's just, I'm shocked to hear the news. I was like, because I saw his stuff in class, like in documentaries that he did. We shared them around.
Wow.
All right, so where were we? What were we talking about?
Well, I think the thing that we should decide about is who's going to actually do the reading for Hiawatha and the Peacemaker, and who's going to actually do the reading for the essay, whichever essay we pick from #NotYourPrincess.
Okay.
And what I'm thinking is, in lieu of having any actual like Indigenous folks who want to be involved or would like to do one, what do we do?
Yeah, I mean, I guess, in terms of addressing the racial hierarchy and racism itself, I mean, I guess we could see, if people of color wanted to do it. If anyone, yeah, I guess that's my suggestion. I mean, like in terms of getting Indigenous Peoples Day on, in your town, one of the things Matuin like recommended was like, if you really have like if you're really having trouble contacting Indigenous people and getting in touch with them, then the next group of people would be people of color to do with. So like, I think that idea of like addressing the racial hierarchy and decentering whiteness would be a good idea, because like it's an ongoing problem of like white settlers speaking for Native people and doing their stories. And so I don't want to like participate in that oppression or perpetuate it somehow. But so yeah, I think just trying to find people of color who want to do it is.
I wonder if Teresa would like to do it.
Yeah.
Benny, like
Yeah.
maybe she might want to read.
Yeah, we can reach out to her. This is another member of the HRC REFA.
Yeah, I would assume so.
And trying to think of.
Yes.
I wonder if, do you think Maureen would like to read? Would she read? Did she read with you last year?
She didn't. I can't remember if that was because she didn't want to, or I feel like maybe she didn't want to, because she and I were planning it and I was the one who ended up reading the book.
Mm.
So
Well, Daniela popped off. Bye,
What'd you say?
Daniela. I said Daniela popped off. Bye, Danielle.
Oh yeah, I wonder. She was on her phone, so I mean, she might have gone to like a place where she didn't have signal or whatever. I thought you were saying a person's name whose name was Daniela popped off, and I was like, who's that? I don't know that person.
No.
Oh, we can add them to this.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. Well, I'm happy to reach out to Teresa and see if she's interested. And also, I mean, hopefully it's too bad that Leonard didn't join us today. Not that I want to impose on him that he read one of our things, but if he were interested, or if there was something else he wanted to do, I want to get him involved. I don't know. You know what's occurring to me, Nicole? Did you give him the 6 o'clock time? Because originally we were going to meet at 7.
But I gave him the 6 o'clock time.
Okay,
I got the updated email and I sent that to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so I wonder, since time is growing short, does it make sense to try to talk to him, just like for you to talk to him instead of trying to get him into a meeting, because it won't be until next week?
That's what I was thinking too, that maybe if I hear from him today or tomorrow, I can just ask him if I can call him.
Yeah.
Do that.
And see, kind of just like, I guess my strategy would be like open-ended, of like, we are planning some stuff, but we want to hear you like your thoughts and ideas, because like
Mhm.
nothing's set in stone.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
And so then if he does want to do one of the readings, I'm not sure what's the best thing. Maybe like give me his contact info or something, and I can coordinate logistics with him of like
Yeah.
getting the book to him, getting the recording, like doing all stuff, something like
Yeah.
that.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Mhm.
What's his name again? You said Leonard
Rose.
Rose. Okay.
Mhm.
And is he on the he's not on the Wakefield team, is he? He's not.
He lives in
Winchester,
Wilmington
I
or
think.
Winchester or one of the W's, right?
Yeah.
But he's active
Yeah.
like with people in Wakefield.
Okay.
Yeah. And he also like he may have like stuff that he'd be interested in contributing if he wants to, because he also, I think, is an artisan. Like he does, am I thinking of this correctly? I think he maybe does he like produces some piece of regalia and stuff where he attends the powwows and things like that. And so anyway,
Okay.
I could be totally misremembering this, but like if there were some other way that he would want to be involved or showcase his craftsmanship or talk about the powwows,
Yeah.
or I don't even know. It could be anything.
That'd be beautiful. Yeah, it'd
Yeah.
be great. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So if you get a hold of him, feel free to send him my way in order to then like arrange whatever logistics.
Yep. Sounds good. And we can't, like, if I got a hold of him, I can't set up a Zoom for you and I to speak with him like that because it's the open meeting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we would have to post it.
Okay.
I mean, we could do it as long as we had 72 hours notice and
Mm.
could post it to the town.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna pop off because I have another meeting at
Yes.
7.
Okay,
And
so
trying
I'm gonna contact Teresa to see if she's interested. You're gonna let me know if you hear back from Leonard Rose.
Mhm. I'm gonna have those books. I'll make my recording for the We Are the Water Protectors and use Daniela's links that she gave me.
Yeah.
And so maybe we can somebody to read the middle school one and someone read the essay. And then that's 3. I think the essay could be for an adult, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then if it would be nice, like maybe if Mr. Rose, if he wanted to, or Miss Baird, just to talk about or show, Wakefield and its connection to, I don't know, yeah, well, whatever they want.
Like a kind of
It's just,
land.
it's just so much stuff that it's like, you just wish that it was like in person and we could just do all these things.
Okay.
And
then I
then
guess,
Rafa, for you, if you would, like put together the information or the links or whatever that you think should go along with the Hiawatha and the Peacemaker reading to
Mhm.
sort of like supplement and add the rest of that. Send that along to me and I can when I do the Facebook post, I can include that.
Cool. Yeah, and in terms of the QR stuff for the flyers that we'll do it.
Yeah.
So I have those links ready and I can send those to you. Like I put them on a document with like a little word for each one and I can send that to you. And
yeah, send me that. Making the QR codes is super easy. I was doing it today for something else. So I can just like pop some QR codes on there for like, want to endorse, like scan this thing, want to sign, contact your legislators, scan this thing.
Yeah. All right, yeah, so I'll do that and I'll
Yeah,
get
send me along
the
that thing.
information on that. And then did we figure out when the Hispanic,
Yeah, it's on the 14th, the
Okay,
evening of
so-
the 14th.
okay,
So we were figuring we would post our stuff over the actual long weekend, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, something like that, 9th,
Mhm.
10th, 11th.
and I'm guessing the Hispanic community is okay with the word Hispanic, then they don't go by Latino or Latina or like,
Oh my God, it's so
She wrote,
complicated.
she wrote something up on Facebook,
I'm just.
today, so she posted something and for now it's, I think it's, I think she said because Hispanic, I don't get me to say something wrong, so she posted something on Facebook
Yeah,
about
yeah,
it.
no, that's fine. I mean, I just asked because like,
Right,
I'm always like a person about like language and like, 'cause I
yeah.
don't want, yeah, whatever, but no, that's,
I think it's tough because it's very personal. Like there's individuals who prefer Latino or Latine or Latinx. And there's people who prefer Hispanic. I was listening to some radio journalism about this recently, where they said that the vast majority of people of, I don't know how you want to say it, Hispanic heritage or whatever, prefer Hispanic, but Latino and Latinx and Latine are being used more in sort of like, I don't know, like sort of college educated circles, activist circles, things like that. So it kind of depends on what your circles are, I think.
Mhm.
Anyway,
And I thought I heard that like Hispanic, see, this is why we need to have like this little speaker series thing, to those within the Hispanola,
Hispaniola, yeah.
yeah, parts, but
Yeah, yeah, the greater
yeah,
colonial terms in the greater
Right.
Antilles, right?
right.
Yeah,
okay.
all right.
Well, this is
Okay.
good. Thank you all. And then do we think we need to have another meeting next week? Or do you think we're gonna just be like getting these videos together and like making it happen?
I mean, I think we could do it electronically, honestly. As long as we're kind of in communication through emails of what happens, I think we'll be okay. I mean, a meeting is nice because we get to talk and work these things. I don't know.
It's tough for us because Nicole and I are subject to the open meeting laws, so we actually can't communicate by email other than an FYI. So you can send one-way communication that's like, just so you know, the meeting got canceled or something. But
Mhm.
you can't engage in any sort of dialogue over email.
Right.
We
That's
can't.
Maybe just set it up, Benny, and then if we need to cancel, you can cancel it, or you can't do that
Yeah, I mean, you can.
in 72 hours, right? Or
Yeah,
maybe you can
that's
just
not a
set it
bad
up in
idea.
72 hours, yeah.
Mm.
We
So,
could set it up, and if we don't end up needing it, we can either just like sign on and be like, JK, we're not having a meeting.
all right.
What
All right,
should we do that 7 o'clock on Wednesday next week?
I
Yeah,
think so.
for now, yeah,
Next Wednesday,
sure.
6th. Yeah, okay.
All right, I'll see you guys later.